Where's Evelyn? Evelyn, I can see you waving. Oh, join me. Please, one more time, a round of applause for Evelyn as she joins us. And she'll be mounting the podium to grab a seat as well. Thank you very much, Evelyn. Next, I'd like to introduce to you Mr. Kwesi Nyameche. Now, he is the AGI Regional Chairman for the Ashanti region, Bono East, and the Ahafo regions. Ladies and gentlemen, please show him some love for me. Kwesi. Mr. Nyameche. Okay. And he gave me some very vital information a while ago. I hope that is worked on. It's coming. All right, that's good. The next person is the CEO of Golden Web Limited, oil seed processing and refinery company. He's the CEO for that company. He's a past AGI chairman for the Ashanti and BA. He's also a past national treasurer, chairman of the Committee for Finance and Administration, chairman of the Food and Food Sector Agi. Currently, he is the chairman of the Soya Value Chain Association of Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Thomas W. Bello. Mr. Bello, please, your seat awaits you. Time is really fast spent, so I'd like to quickly move on to the next person. He is Kojo Boateng Boamponsem. Kojo Boateng Boamponsem. He's with the Ghana Exim Bank. Kojo, please, if you're here, your seat awaits you as well. Okay, so I can see Kojo. Yeah, all right. I can see Kojo coming. Oh, please put your hands together for him for me. Yes, sir. So we want to make it very interactive. And so we are positioning people amongst, you. If you have a question, you raise your hand and then you ask your question. Now, what you do for us is this. You can tell us whom you want the question to go to, who you want the question to, who you want to address your question for you. Let me put it that way. So for us to be able to get to understand them, get to know them much better, all of you would take 2 minutes each. Tell us a bit about yourselves. Tell us a bit about what you are into, so that when they want to ask a question, they'll know where or who to direct their question to. So let's begin with you.
Hello. Okay. My name is Abraham Mensah Belly. I'm with the Venture Capital Trust Fund. And the Venture Capital Trust Fund is a state institution owned fully by the government of Ghana. And our aim is dual. One, to release But the truth is that banks help, and Exim is here, they will talk about what they do. But long-term value is actually from the alternate market, and that is where private equity and venture capital comes in. And for Venture Capital Trust Fund, our aim in the next 5 years is to deploy a minimum of about $100 million to SMEs through venture capital finance companies. So when you are looking for funding, it's good to go to the banks. Long term, think of the venture capital and private equity space. Thank you very much.
Yeah, hello. Good afternoon. My name is Kojo Boateng Boamponsem. I represent Ghana Exim Bank. Ghana Exim Bank, as a state-owned enterprise, was established by an act of parliament. That is Ghana Export-Import Bank Act, 2016 Act 911. Before I proceed, I want to make a distinction between my bank and other commercial banks. Ghana Exim Bank was set up as a developmental bank. We don't accept deposit from our customers and the general public. The bank was set up, the purpose of setting up the bank was, one, to develop and support trade between Ghana and other countries, and also to build a capacity of Ghanaian companies in the international marketplace. in trying to comply with Act 911, we provide financial and non-financial services to the business community. We give credit facility to the business community for them to expand their business operations, buy new equipment, or maybe automate their business operations. We also provide funding for new setups. Our funds, the tenor of our funds ranges from short term, that is 0 to 1 year, medium term, 1 to 5 years, and long term, 5 years and beyond. Since we are a developmental bank, we keep our customers patient to procure the needed equipment, to build a factory, to install, test run, start commercial production before they start paying. So we give them grace period to accommodate all these. We also provide guarantee and insurance services to the business community. We also invest in Ghanaian businesses in the form of equity contribution. We also support the small and medium enterprises, engage in agro-processing and export trade. As a developmental bank, we also provide research and technical assistance to the business community in the area of international trade, in the area of any export-related concerns. So this is basically what we do at Exim Bank. If you need any financial assistance or non-financial assistance, you can approach us and we will take your business to another level for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nana. It's my turn. My name is Thomas Bello. My company name is, I'm the founder and the CEO of Golden Hub Limited, which used to be listed on Ghana Stock Exchange. It was the first SME company in Ghana outside Accra, which was listed on Ghana Stock Exchange. And it came from Ashanti region. So I was a pride of Ashanti. This business, agro-processing, talking about agro-processing, it has a huge potential, especially in Kumasi here. I would say Kumasi is the central point of agro-processing in Ghana. But talking about agro-processing, you also have to be mindful of your raw materials. That's our biggest weak point. I remember some time ago I was at Menchia as Ashanti regional chairman. We met Ashanti and I talked to him that there's a big potential for farmers. And I know Kumasi here, or Ashanti in general, is basically a farming enclave. So why don't you organize your farmers here to produce raw materials for us, especially soybeans? So he asked me to talk to Mr. Bedu, who was the chief of staff over there. So we had a conversation. He asked me to write a letter. He transferred me to Mampohini. He also gave me 2 chiefs, accompanied me to land. But the problem is financing. It's financing. A lot of people, when they see agro-processing, will see your first short term. So this is a very good business. But they don't take their time and look at it in the long term. In the long term, if you don't have enough raw material, you suffer. So I advise them, why don't you partner with agri graduates, form youth, commercial farmers, business farmers, and then target your crop to maybe soybeans, and there will be off-takers. My colleague is here. You can take a lot in a day. So our appeal here, our major program is material. If anybody wants to invest in Ashanti region here, concentrate in going to farming to produce raw material. And if you're able to produce excess, which can never be taken again, you can also start your own processing. That's the way you should go. I have a lot to talk to you, but there's no much time to do that. I will take time, come back to you one by one.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Bello there.
Thank you. My name is Evelyn Nyako. I'm with the Ghana Investment Promotion Center. I work with the Investor Services Division. So all aspects of business regulations in terms of acquiring licenses, registering with the GIPC, wanting to access any kind of incentives available. I'm here to assist you with any questions and queries. A lot of the things we do, my boss has already spoken about it. So I will just summarize it here, and then as the questions come in, I could highlight on what is really important. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Evelyn. Yes,
hello. My name is Kwesi Nyamiche. I'm the chairman of the Association of Ghana Industries, Ashanti, Bono East, and Ahafo regions. As AGI, I think members know what we do, but I'll throw a little light on what we do. No AGI members, so we advise you to come to our office at City Star Building, this free advert, and register yourselves. Aside AGI, I'm the managing director of Vesta Oil Mills. We are one of the largest soya bean processors in the country. Our business is at Busomtwe District, Aputueja, and Kontansi. We process soya, we refine our oil and put in the market, and then we sell the residue also to poultry and fish feed manufacturers in the country. Any other questions that comes up, we'll try to explain.
So, Mr. Nyamiche, let me stay a while longer with you because you're the regional chair for AGI. At this point in time, you tell us, how is it like doing business in the Ashanti region? Tell us about the climate of doing business in the Ashanti region.
Doing business in Ashanti and to the larger extent in Ghana has become very difficult. It is very, very difficult. One, the energy tariff is just too much. I mean, our bills in Ghana compared to our neighbors in the sub-region, even the power generation in Ghana alone is about 16 cents per kilowatt hour compared to Cote d'Ivoire, which is 9 cents per kilowatt hour. So it makes, first, we are not competitive when it comes to energy. Look at the interest rate. Compare ours to even Burkina Faso, Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire. Ghana is way off. So doing business in Ghana and comparing yourselves to the sub-region is a bit difficult. Don't forget, we are all in the ECOWAS sub-region, and we are talking about AFTA, as GIPC said. I doubt if we can compete favorably when it comes to the general AFTA.
So give us practicalities here. You're saying it's tough, it's rough, it's challenging. On a daily basis, what do you guys go through? What are the specific challenges that you're faced with?
One, let me put my sector for example. Okay, we compete very unfavorably in the country. We live in a country where policy direction favors importation to the detriment of local production. I process soya beans locally, and I sell the soya meal to the industry. Somebody imports soya meal into the country and pays zero taxes and duties on the soya meal they bring. Meanwhile, it is my product. I'm competing with the person in the market. When I find out, it is said that these people were given some leverage or whatever because it is a raw material for poultry sector. Okay. Now, when I don't have enough soya beans in the country and I want to import the beans is not seen as a raw material. I pay duty and taxes at the port. Is it not very unfair? It is absurd, excuse my language, to listen to this. So these are some of the things that we talk about. If you want more, I can continue.
So how does this impact on the capital you've invested in your business, for example?
The capital is just dying.
Dying.
Everything is going bad.
Mr. Bello, you're also into business. You are in the Ashanti region. Let me give you a minute or two. What can you also share with us as to the climate, how it's like doing business in the Ashanti region?
I said because we are in the same business. And now, talking about climate, is it climate?
Yeah, the climate, the situation, how is this like doing business in the region?
This region, I find this region very fantastic. You know, I come from Central region. I came here about 50 years ago, and living here, I made up my mind. Compared to the rest of the world, I would love to stay in Kumasi. And people didn't understand because I was getting visa going to America up and down. They say, we are looking for visas to go to America, and you go and come. Because everything I want is in Kumasi here. I like the people here because they are hardworking. They are not lazy at all. And so they make you also become hard to work. And Ashanti man, all he wants is that what he's going to do be paid for. He will do it for you. So I like Kumasi. In fact, I love Kumasi. And give me anything apart from Kumasi, I'll choose Kumasi.
When it comes to doing business, wherever you find yourself, would have to do with getting the right capital to do the business. So funding. So once you guys are representing banks here, let me come to you. Help us appreciate the funding and the financing, projects and capitals that are available. I mean, what is available for people who are in business and want to survive in the business industry?
But can I speak a bit?
Please do. Please do.
Talking about financing is the worst situation we have in the country. Our banks or financial institutions, they are always looking for a winning business. When you are making profit already, then they'll be interested in you. So there's no innovation here. But you have to accept challenges, especially where a company is in distress. There's a way out. There's no problem without solution. Otherwise, it's not called a problem, right? So help him to find a solution, because if he overcomes his challenges, he's going to be a winner and going to be part of the winning team. But excuse me to say, our financial institutions are always looking for the easy way. But venture capital, maybe you have a different, but I've tried you before. You are not very much different from what I'm saying. So unless you change your attitude, because we have taken the risk to buy equipment, it's a lot of risk. And then when I come to say, especially when farmers come, they want money, so the business is too risky. But we want to go and, do that risk for you to come and chop on your table.
But Mr. Bello, do you also appreciate the fact that they're also managing the funds of people? And they also would want to navigate and weave their way out of trouble by way of, managing the risks involved?
You think my money didn't belong to some people? Or where I got the money from? It belongs to some people. We are taking the risk. It's risk is everywhere.
Abraham, so how do you respond to what Mr. Bello is saying? I mean, what's your response to him?
Yeah, you see, what I want to say to what Mr. Bello is saying is the banks, I think the banks in Ghana have a one-size-fits-all approach. I go to them, and I'm from agro-business sector, for example. Their profile is like somebody going to China to import some goods. So if they are risk people sit down and they do the assessment, hardly would I qualify. That is the challenge that we have. And they are virtually risk averse. A bank told me, they look at my books and said, oh, Mr. Yamiche, a bit to me, and clean books, now we are waba.
Cleaning is saying?
They understand. I said, Mr. Yamiche, a bit to me, clean books, now we are waba. And I asked them, say me cleaning my books new way, na aye kama. The oboa ma me cleaning here no, me kono ho na maba ho. I mean, you see, sometimes a very difficult, a very tough environment that we operate in. Because I went to a program in Accra recently at Kempinski, Ghana's version of the African Continental Free Trade, when we're launching our blueprint. I was there, and I was sitting by a lady here. Me yedi nam so many Vesta oil. Oh, Vesta matimonka. When I'm processing so I'm saying chiam. No chiam sem. Nam so what dey. O akukodro. I say o akukodro. Nam say dey. Ghana ha na production. O akukodro pa. Ultimate to energy. Na bosia kura wonya bisen. Listen, so we all know it's a deliberate policy that government has to do to make sure we produce things here and sell things here in Ghana. It's a deliberate policy. Baby, that is what they did. China closed their doors. They did everything inward, and then later on they start coming out, and then we all go there to import. Government has to do it deliberately, and I'm saying that to GIPs. Make a deliberate policy and make sure we support our own.
All right, so Abraham, you've heard him, and if you listen to the theme that the GIPC is using today, grow in Ghana, grow with Ghana. How do you respond to what he has said, the concerns about the funding?
Thank you. I am enjoying the discussion because from everything that those in the business field are saying, they're saying bank, bank, bank. It's the theme. And in my intro, I said that for businesses to actually grow, you need to grow outside banks. So until seeing that there is funding beyond banks, microfinance institutions, they are going to face the challenges they are. When you come to me, I don't talk about interest rate. I'm talking about equity. So the discussion we rate here saying doesn't even start.
But my question that would follow, how well have you made yourself available, advertised yourself, made sure that they understand that you guys are available with no interest or low interest rates, so they benefit from it?
Thank you. So when it comes to alternate funding, venture capital has been in existence since 2006. So government has deliberately made an effort to intervene in the market. I know Vesta Oil very well, and as Mr. Bello said...
I know you too very well.
Exactly. So, you see, the truth is that as businesses, when you look at the fact that you are competing, you need patient capital that does not require you to pay interest now. That is the truth. But you see, the flip side is that, as he will confirm, you need to be properly made. You need to have your books in place. You need to have structures, because patient capital does not go to places where there is chaos. Unfortunately, that is where a lot of the businesses fail. When they come and you tell them, please, this year you have to prepare your account. So the company is not making an effort to put in place structures that will make the company run. And I always typically give an example. If you go to your friend's company, your friend, your bosom friend, you are sitting with him, he's the managing director or she's the managing director, and then the daughter comes in and says that, Daddy, I need a shoe. I saw the shoe is 2,000. And the person just picks the intercom and calls another person, the finance or wherever. Meba neba, money 2,000. Right? And one day or 1 week after that to you, and says, me pebosia 10,000, you have that 10,000. My question is, would you give it out? The overwhelming answer, because just suppose that against another friend of yours. You go and the person says, Daddy, I need 2,000, me home baby. And the person says, train may me salary the amount. When that friend comes to you and says, I need 10,000, between the two friends, who would you give your money to? And that is where patient capital comes in. Businessmen are not willing to spend money to formalize. I am not saying that all businesses must become corporate limited by liability instantly. You must grow. One man, he is the production manager, manufacturing manager, account manager, HR manager. When the man travels to the village and there's no phone cell or network there, the people he leaves behind don't know where to buy stationery, where to buy raw materials to operate. When I come to you and I tell you that, you know what, master, the business must go beyond yourself. Put other people in place, empower them. Baby, I will talk with raw material so that when you are not there, that person will go, Obeka say, hey, na meyena odi misika na ofe juma na meye anything. One person doesn't do everything, they formalize. And that is where venture capital comes in. So my clarion call is everybody, make a deliberate effort, because I'm telling you the truth, there is too much money going back and they will bear me out. The reason why you are not getting it is you don't meet it. So I always say, multiply the number of banks in Ghana. Even if every bank is employing 50 people, how many staff is there? Do you think that those institutions don't want to lend money? No, you must meet the need. But when you keep going to the banks, you keep having the same story. Alternate market is the way to go, and I'm ready to defend it anytime.
But Abraham, are you saying that the money is available? If only they will do the right things, they will get the financial support they're looking for.
Exactly. And normally in my presentation, I say, the reason why there is no emergency unit in a financial institution is that you don't get up and need money now. Right now, if somebody collapses, We go to a hospital, there's an emergency unit because they know that can happen. Let's go to any financial institution across the world. There is not a single financial institution where you find emergency unit. There is none. What you need yesterday, you knew the day before.
Some people are saying IMF.
I'll give Mr. Ashanti the opportunity to do that. But the truth is that even with the IMF, we knew we needed it. Every social commentator will tell you we knew. So for you to know that I need 100,000 tomorrow, you must plan today. And that is where the banks, the institutions, our businessmen, and Ashanti region, I love Ashanti region just as he does. You have very good businesses, but it's about time it grew beyond the enterprise.
I'll take a response from the two businessmen on what you have said so far. But before then, Kojo Boateng, is there anything you'd like to add?
Mr. Nyamecha is my customer, so I share his pain. Ghana Exim Bank, as a developmental bank or state-owned enterprise, we give loans to our customers at very low rate, between 10, 13, and 15%. But the resource that we have is not enough. We receive so many applications on our desk day in, day out. But as my colleague said, we read some of the business plans, it's not fit for purpose. A promoter can walk into my office wanting 10 million cedis to do business. If you ask that promoter, do you have 100,000? No. So how are you going to manage the 10 million? Promoters need to put their books in order.
Okay, so I keep hearing keep your books in order, keep your books in order. As a financial institution, don't you have departments who monitor the loans you give out to help the businessmen and women be able to manage the funds you've given them, manage their businesses such that profits are made, they pay back the loans and still stay in business?
Before we invest in companies, at least we've been in business for maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 years. We need your past records so that we can make projections into the future.
So, if the records are not accurate or have not been cleaned, Mr. Kwesinya Meches, you have not cleaned it. How do you support them? We want to grow in Ghana and grow with Ghana. How do you support them? Let them understand and appreciate what they're supposed to do, so then you give them the help, see them through it so they pay back the loans and grow the business. How do you help them?
We help them trying to give maybe some technical assistance, but as I said earlier on, how can I help you prepare 3 years financial statements? That is past. Going forward, I can help you prepare maybe projections, but there should be underlying background that your company should strive upon it. So if now you are producing 100 maybe soya, maybe 5 kg soya bean oil, and you are telling me you can produce maybe 100 in 2 years' time, where are the fundamentals?
There's no proof.
Yes, there's no proof.
Help me understand this clearly. Are you saying that for businesses that do not have, records for 3 years, banks or financial institutions cannot help them?
We finance new projects. So now our analysis will be based on the projections. And our key will be the market for your new product you are going to produce. Our attention will be on the market you are going to produce the product for. Somebody will just walk in, when I produce ABCD, there is market here. I've been going there. What is the unit price? What is the cost of production? They have no data.
All right, so Kwesinya Meche, how do you respond to all this? That you haven't cleaned your books. Even when they want to help you, you're not willing to be helped. And all the challenges that they have enumerated so far.
What I would say is to venture capital, for example. What he said is so sweet. As if the venture capital itself has no challenges. They do. They do have challenges. I was once invested. My company used to have investment from venture capital, of which I've paid back, and they are no longer part of the company. Why? So they also have challenges, and it's seriously political. The challenges they have is political. Governments change and systems change. So, those are some of the challenges that we have. But when I was with them, I was very comfortable.
Okay. We'll be coming to you shortly. Give me 5 minutes or less. We'll come to you for your questions. But Mr. Bello, how do we have a win-win situation? What would it take for us to have a win-win situation?
Yeah, Mr. Abraham, you talk about a lot about inappropriate business applications, right? I'm sure my impression is that he's talking too much to micro businesses who have no proper organized business administration. But we saw this long time ago in AG, about 20 years ago. So we formed a business development bureau attached to our organization. So you come there, all that he's saying will be organized for you. We put up a proper administration for you. So I will advise you that in future, if anybody comes there without all these things, refer you to AGI. Please do that. Okay, and then next, what do you want to know?
How do we have a win-win situation? That's what I want to know.
You see, well, I think after win-win situations, if the money is there, like Yameke was saying, venture capital doesn't have enough money or sometimes political influence, because I have been there before. Okay. And I talked to Mr. Nana Bunzu. He is now, yes. And he told me, he was asking me questions I produced. What do you have? I produce. So eventually he has come to with the truth that look, we don't have the money. That's it. It ended there.
All right. So, right. We have some ladies and gentlemen amongst you. If you raise your hand, they will come to you, give you the microphone, and then you ask your question. Question, feel free. But my question maybe so I see a hand up to my left. Yes. So let's
mic up, and I'm holding a mic.
Okay. I can hear the voice. I can see the face.
Yeah, it's me. I should stand up. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. My question goes to Sister Evelyn. In $1 million value of investment. Now, I'm a new business. I want to open a minerals company. And Mineral Commission is also asking me for GIPC certificate. And I went to bank to register, to open an account. The bank is asking me for Mineral Commission certificate. My hands are tight because I don't have it. Mineral Commission need GIPC. Bank need Mineral Commission certificate. How do I prove that value of money if it's a foreign company that is to transfer the money to Ghana? So sometimes I don't know our policymakers whether it's an intentional thing or they just make the decision as if Ghana is just within the four corners.
I hear you. Thank you very much. So what we want our panel discussants to do for me is this. I know most of you have phones. Please note the questions on your phones. So we pick as many questions as possible and then we address them. So Madam Evelyn, you've heard his question. Thank you very much. Please note it down. Who next? Yes.
Yeah. Hello. My name is Kinsley Safro Chumasi from Kinsaro BD&M Consult. But for the sake of some of my clients here, I just want to go local so that maybe they will.
It's allowed, sir. Please feel free.
Yo, I'm saying presentation na mobile one. Very excellent. But me was few adibia me person make on. Looking at the statistics now.
But you also can show you.
Maybe. Are they our friend Dempo? Yeah, are they statistics be I'm paying for no present wahana. Investment registry now one IM. Greater Accra and Kwawo 123 as against 20 Kumasi. In fact, I am very, very adepa. Na niami hu kakra ne se yako forums bi tise we ya. Anka baby amobeko bi anka you have to. I say anka ye hu the level of people na ho nanka ya ye brofo sam na wie nanka ye the young local language no so ataachi na nipa na te adana se kakra. But isin ekoye brofo a obi ba betena ha saa obekon bia na we nya just a bit of an idea. But I don't say a very nice idea. Remember, for instance, young comparison be kakra. Wakwe yas, young kwe yas, Ashanti region and other across the country. Obekon nipe bi abrewa bi na wawu no other than abrewan the 8 type na abehia ho. Na fe wo si won ko kan tribute. Na won fa ma abrewa no nko. Obi a ono na di be 86 years bi a onti brofo na fi nwa abegina ho na brofo sem nti obi be fie yi na asbekon ohun abrewa na ade abrewa na bebo very pathetic. Into what I want to say in say presentation na mobile wa hani anke ko look akakranka anke bede. Secondly, ohwe ade no ma presentation na obeye no nkrofo a gofa say GIPC ama wo ade no nyina big companies obi ti say kasapreko na ode na me bisa question say one we invite one han we micro and say something because what is that kasapreko no come to obi a oti dwam odi dwa.
Yeah, that's it.
In fact,
yeah, that's it. So, Madam Evelyn, another question for you there. And I said, Mr. Khan, yes, we need you more. Let's keep the questions very short and simple. Yenyen sem bisanin tetia and tetia. Opening, me give you say, kasana ode me fry, me for mba ma potosa. I feel make a chika. Yes, boss.
Yes, I'm Samuel Ada. I want to find out from the venture capitalist and the Exim Bank. I just completed school last year. We've learned about source of finance, but we don't know anything about you people. We don't have it in the book that we learn. Where to find you, how to find you. And then concerning source of finance also, with all due respect, our financial institutions are just lazy. If Zuckerberg was to be in Ghana, all his ideas would have died. I have a cousin who completed Kumasi Technical University. He did an extension cord that serves as a solar guide as well. I am coming to venture capitalists to help me and my cousin to develop this into an international. You're asking me for 3 years. Books prepared. How? So please, venture capitalists, Exim Bank also, please come down to our level. Let us study our sort of financial institutions in Ghana by the business trend. I did accounting, but I don't know where even your offices are.
You say you don't know where you can find them. You found them here. Courtesy GIPC, you found them here. Good to know that. All right, so let's pick 2 more questions and then we'll give you responses and we'll go around again. So please raise your hand. We'll come to you. Just raise your hand. Our ladies will come to you.
I have the phone now, please.
Yeah, so let's hear you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm also having a company that is into production of cassava. Last year, for instance, my company was able to plant 400 acres of cassava. It was sponsored by Exim Bank. And the agreement was that after the production, they were going to procure machines for the setup to process the cassava into starch for export. After having done that, I was waiting for the machines. Until now, the cassava is standing on the farm. So sometimes we talk beautifully, but when it comes to implementation, that is where we have the problem. I'm really struggling. Currently, as we speak, Ayensu farm from Central Region is picking cassava from my farm. Twin Rock from Afram Plains, all the way from Afram Plains, is picking cassava from the farm. We also have a plant within the district to process this produce. Currently, we have 25 workers on the farm, paying them every month. Yet, we cannot process the crops. So these are some of the challenges.
So
Thank you very much.
So who do you want to address this issue? The GIPC?
Exim Bank.
Exim Bank. Okay.
Exim Bank.
Exim Bank, please take note of that. Meanwhile, if you are the owner of this vehicle with registration, with registration GN H30918, GN H30918, our North Southeast Assembly is what has been the inscription on the vehicle. Please attend to your vehicle right now, please. Thank you very much. Next question, please.
Mr. MC. Mansweda Guta ni AGR no better near to me. Yes, I'm answer. Number 2, because answer the Mansweda so no. We say or importo aba country no. We also say obey local produce. Amount for any adwuma na government a tax. Mansweda onum temo no better no mercy. Number 2 so ansana. Let me speak this English so that probably I mean, can you cheat? With regards to land, answer Sabe Yaham Fono, won't be Mupaya de. I need the Emma Kunya. Now, so I told a beer. Na or him for fra or Baba Bessie Swanno. As far as Sabe, I know you know, but I need the Amonum. Factory in a Quaswano. announce for about basis of Fonti. I am not open a share. But say, I am mra, sir, or then a share, and answer and mra, because Patri maybe our legal documenta, authenticating, no, a man did say, I am oppressing, indeed.
Yeah, that's it. Mr. Rabio says, Unyaka Semuna. Hello. So hold on for me, gentlemen, please. I beg of you, please. Thank you. Okay. At this point in time, let's take responses, starting from Madam Evelyn. So you have a set of questions. If you can respond to them very quickly for me, and all of you on the panel. I mean, when they're asking their questions, please note them on your phone or write them if need be, so you can respond appropriately. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I'll start with the 1 million question. So the 1 million is usually for companies that are into trading and have foreign shareholders. The shareholding doesn't matter whether it is 50-50 or it is 100%. So far as there's some bit of foreign shareholding, the foreign partner is supposed to bring in 1 million. And then 1 million is not money that is coming to government. It is money that is going into the operations of the company. And usually we say that that money must come into the country before you start your registration processes. The only registration that you can do without that money being in the system is the Registrar General registration, because you need to incorporate a company and that money must come in through the name of that company. So you have to do the Registrar General registration, and then that money is now transferred. Now, it can come in as cash or equipment. And so if it is cash, then you have to use the banking system. You open accounts, foreign and local. The money comes in through the local account, the foreign account, and it is converted into the local account before Bank of Ghana will do a confirmation. Now, this is very important because based on the the currency rules of the country, we are not supposed to do business in foreign currency. And the mistake most of us do is that when the money is coming, we do transactions in the foreign currency. And after we have done that, Bank of Ghana is not willing to do the confirmation for us because we have transacted business in the wrong currency. So we are actually here to sensitize people on these issues and to make it clear that the money that is brought in has to be converted into cedis before you start disbursing it for any kind of thing. And then if it is machinery you are bringing in as well, the machines has to come in the name of the company you have registered with the Registrar General. You clear the machine, and then you show us evidence of the original clearing documents. Now, this 1 million can be in the form of cash and machinery together. So it could be part cash, part machinery. The person who spoke, what I wasn't clear about was whether he was doing mining or he was trading in minerals. Because you are trading in minerals and you are the Ghanaian. Okay. Okay, good. So I expect you to advise your clients that this money must come in before you are able to register with the GIPC. And when you go to the Minerals Commission and they say they want to see the GIPC, what we expect you is that you have brought in the money. And so with the evidence, we would register you and then you deal with Minerals Commission. So I really don't see the confusion here. Okay. Okay, good. All right. Okay, then at this point, I think we would have to speak to your bankers because we have had a lot of meetings with the banks for them to understand that foreign companies can only register with GIPC with the equity. So they have a provision where they open accounts for the foreign people. So they bring in the money, and based on that, we could do the GIPC registration for you to be able to handle the other licenses. So please, my people are at the back there. Give us your details, let us speak to your bank and understand where.
I think there was a second question.
Yeah.
So please, if you can just go ahead. Evelyn, yeah.
So the second question was about, doing this in local language. I don't know if I should just change it to Tree now.
Feel free. Let's speak Tree.
The issue is, I agree with the person who said we should have at least done a combination of that, because probably we have assumed that as far as they are in businesses and they want to grow their businesses, they should have a bit of English. And so that is where we fell short. But on that issue, that relates to the fact that we are projecting a company that seems bigger than the companies probably represented here. We are here for both small and big. But what we want to say is that Casa Preco didn't just start and became big. They started from somewhere. They started like a lot of you here. And there were some things they did right that made them get to where they are. And those things are the things we are discussing here, so we would help companies grow in Ghana and grow with GIPC. And the issue is that the GIPC has decided to do this to ensure that there is enough information for businesses, because our experience has taught us that most foreign companies that come in do a lot of due diligence. They ask a lot of questions. But our Ghanaian businesses don't ask questions. Okay. We are not inquisitive that much. So the few who are able to ask questions, the few who try that they want to obey rules and follow the right things are the ones who grow. Vesta is here with a lot of complaints, but he would also agree with the fact that if he didn't do certain things, he wouldn't have gotten where he is. So, me papa okasaye, me no adwin say, na ankesi yetume de brofone any tree no efra. But asemne say we a company awo ha a wo pese wunyi te se Casa Preco ne omo nkeka ho no a ese usua brofo kakra. Enti se wuntumi nka brofo a ese wutumi enya obi a ono so etumi ka brofo na oboa. Enti aha no ye beka twi no ba yesrew brofo ne de o ye den a ese wutumi ka kakra.
All right, thank you very much.
And I'm pacho Casa Preco. Please,
silence, please, silence. But that's your language. That is your official language, so they communicate well there. Unfortunately, here in Ghana, it's not our official language. But like she rightly said, point well noted. And indeed, if Mr. Ashon Lamte were standing here right now, some of the presentations, some of the presentation, but point well noted. Next time, the best say we put a way directly ni mu. No, boy, get them WCP. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Thank you very much.
Me answer.
In 1 minute. Time minute. We still 1 minute.
Me answer me question kakra bacho. AGI ye ne gutafo eni ntokwa bia. No mo ni ntokwa bia. Me ne omo president Asia so many times. The air Kenyan and say, Moya Mojuma, yes, we are Juma. Ye pese playing field, no, minimum missing kind of tree. And yet, even a mobia say, O found no ba, na a boy as a Joe, ya Joe, come up. No wabba. Mr. Edim no ba, duty ni tax also between Metria. Near Yanaya to Adian Ojo, Sanieka, and Cassa, Yen Johnny and Nigra. And yes, I'm a good for any AGI any man soon be a. Ya no man a produce no grano, good for the Tomai. Ya say and Toy idea.
Yeah, that's it. Now the financial institutions.
Many GIPC for issue. Memetiha as AGI chairman. Me documentary wa o manyi. Me documentary wa happy o manyi.
You be yama sanya. In fact, your Facebook rather and so the financial institutions, they are saying that they didn't even know of your existence, they didn't even know where to find you. Your response very quickly, please.
Hello, my friend. Now we are in the internet world. Just Google Ghana Export Import Bank and no.
Kojo, Mesre, Mompe Emre, Mosia Oya Branty, Monkofa schools no Miamiano, and engage with them. Because answer no free school no crapia bontino. No and Yahoo the other I saw as Miss Mo Hasini Hasi, Mesre.
Okay.
What are my young sir?
Okay, hello. We are located at Santas Runabout, near Melcombe Shopping Center, so you can walk in any day, anytime.
Beautiful.
Between 8 to 5. The cassava, the man who said he has planted 400 acres of cassava, we implemented some cassava projects some 2 years ago. The challenge that we have when it comes to raw material is availability. We built a company, one in Bono East, Atebubu. The company is called Amantin Cassava Processing. We built that company and added some other smallholder farmers to cultivate cassava and supply to Amantin Cassava Processing. 400 acres, within maybe 10 or 20 days, we will finish processing. If you invest in equipment, the equipment will lie idle. So we are going phase-wise. We have a company in Amantin, but due to challenges in installation, he has not completed yet. But we've made arrangements to sell the cassava to some companies in Volta region. So if you have any challenge, after this discussion, you should see me and I will make arrangement for your cassava to be sold to one of our companies that we set up.
Thank you very much. Yes, Abraham, very quickly, any response?
Okay, so yes, venture capital has been in existence since 2006. Unfortunately, just as you rightly said, we haven't advertised much, but we have recognized that, and so we have put in place a new communication strategy. You should be hearing more from the Venture Capital Trust Fund. But as he said, we are not the conventional bank, so the the alternative market usually does not advertise that much because of negative press. And negative press is that the more people come and reject them, number one comes, your books are not in. Number two, then they will start going around, oh, men can someone way, on can't nehow. Your book can say, oh, men can someone way, yemau. That's why the alternative market especially does not, but we have recognized.
But engage with the right media houses and be fine. Cynthia, speak to him. Cynthia is one of our sales reps, so speak to him and let's do the needful. All right, so 5 or 6 more sets of questions, please. Raise your hand.
I'm here.
Yes, sir.
All right, please, I'm here. All right. Pato me na me de kan di mic no. Pato se e ba brofo no a aduma me ye pa no. Betimi ho bi no ma kire brofo. Kenkan na kire. Ebri tiawa 1 month na what me kenkan kire kan brofo kama. Pato venture capital fund, I have a problem with that. As the word connotes, venture, to undertake a risky or daring journey or course of action. That's why I need your support. Not when I've become big, you are not chasing me to come for money. So my little advice to them is that, probably that's my advice, create some office in your offices. Don't only aim at people coming for money. Check on them, help them to develop their ideas into a profitable venture. Now, who can say, remember, and son of Abuamia, me idea about how to turn around, because elsewhere in the world, they don't only give you money as a bank, but they also do a follow-up. They check on you to make sure, say, a Jumana Wuyano, Akoso. Because when the work goes well, you bring them money so that they'll also use that money to lend to others and take profit from it.
If we do for Christoph, say.
Don't quell in your offices and wait for us.
Thank you very much.
Chase us and help us. Thank you.
My name is Joseph Sapon we are producers of formulated and granulated organic fertilizer called Asasinufusiu at Aputoja in the Bosotri district. Well, during the invasion of COVID-19 in Ghana, in the initial stages, we saw the hierarchy of authorities in government impressing on indigenous local producers to take over vaccine production, face masks and others to relieve the country of any importation of these materials. At the moment, we have challenges with farm input, especially fertilizer, attributable to Russian-Ukraine war. What is GIPC's reaction to helping the likes of Farmers Hope Company to meet up production needs for our farmers in the agricultural sector.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Madam, please note down the question. Let's pick 5 more.
All right, David.
Yes, sir.
All right. Pastor Mede Emmanuel Boateng. Now, me free Yasantua Rural Bank as the head of sales and business. I will say, Enkoma Yedi Yinano, Venture Air Kasa, Exim Air Kasa, business in a community, and the rural banks. Sometimes challenge a benyabe. I also want to throw this challenge to Yeshia. That as a head of sales and business, Summit business has here, we should be able to help you. So I'll talk to the regional director of Ghana Investment Promotion Center, and we see how best you bet me a package. A industry now, your communities, you know. Blame them. I work in commercial banks and I know Mr. Nyameche. Say and 2 business last year, and a decision crown. You take a decision where just come out here. But I say, I could take a decision when Nigeria and US and we are ever banana. So I want to throw the challenge. One more, I say, we can talk to me afterwards. But me have to sit enough of our branches. And yeah, how best we can also help you. Thank you.
Yeah, that's it. Yes, sir.
Thank you. If I'm Eric, it won't have me. Me question no call my banks me no. Masam ni say yemu bebre yami adom ye koyenim. Na banks no me susu say nka eto da bia forum bi say no. In fact forum where ye amwaye ne ye damase. Eto da bia wo say mu involve ye. No ma bi wo ho ye say problem. Ni nyina ye nhye se ne ebe ye ebeboa ama ye bete mo ase mo so mo ate ase. Ne mo timi aboa ye. Na level na mo wo no eya ne e wo so dodo. Wo ko bank bi ho a recently my loan just 10,000 po. I finished one. I wasn't between 4,400 plus 10,000. Inti ajuma mi is me first one say. So inti yesra mo. Se mo pese mo boy ya mo mra fom. Mo wo soro dodo. Mo mra fom. Na mo ba fom a nyame adoma e bia the next 10 years no young men say you go ha no ene my woman no we see say yenhye wo nipa e betimi ya defo e wo man me yedam ase.
Thank you very much. All right, so what we'll do is this: we pick 3 or 4 more questions. And then we'll be wrapping up because there's another phase of the program that will be coming up shortly. So 3 or 4 more questions and then we'll wrap up. Very quickly, please.
Hello.
Pacho, your friend Maxwell Opong. My first question is say, Ubi Usika, we need him dear or business. Esa Ubuano, okay, Usika na wono. Would you more wow? Mean saying into beauty. Second, Ubi Susuaha or Nim dear what you mounts Unisika. Enti ebia ye wo ho wo de say ba ye beboa wo wo ye see ba ye beboa wo. And last question here JIPC no wo ba be member sika se na se wutua na benefit be na wo ma medase.
All right, so we've had you 3 more questions.
Pato Ben Kufo na ka say na I'm say 2010 mo na
yo hold on. Thank you. Ben Twaso
2010, the bankers, ADB, and I say, many some foreign exchange be free Germany. Now, Sasikano, the church German for now, a crime before so I may Sabakano. Until I made the letter command, embassy, no say, my Spatisca say, and you say, free Germany. I've a Demetian say, Omudis can call a GIPC and a free zone. I don't know how much chase can I know my this cano, Omudi Juma. Enti menu abai wa ha mbese nada mo me bisa say no kura na say kwan be me fa so a bet me enya sika na say investments na foreign companies no e dia ye no
Ben ma me nyanti ase bi patcho na sika e ba wankasa wa futo mu ana
patcho ai
na ambeto mu no a ye se ko GIPC ne free zones board udi echi
patcho ngwa say baby na sika ni free ba no e wona me di echi ye German authorities no
na unya extra information say ko GIPC say ko free zones board no udi echi bi
patcho e ho no de me ni echi na mom German authorities na me no correspond
na what documentation say na bibi e ba futo mu de
the bankers notify me say Sasika free Germany ba bibia code ni
na me pese onyanti ase ase we ya no ntia me bisa sansem nsem kakra me da ase
but I on the bankers na betumi astic bibia because some notify me say
Sika say bankers no new dress o de krata be church o hu bibi
Oh, Sakrata na because maybe for the call German authorities no. Those days now maybe 2 can buy no. They are breaking my office. That's some documents or home in IF. They only say the transfer code ni be any BBA de me oni nyina my presenting nyina mom say.
Me pa show Ben Martin.
20 those companies na ma.
Me pa show Martin.
Me dey see me nua ba so say na that ma come be fast so go to me aboa me.
Nyina so mwa bi be ba na ejina okrata say ma wa hye ne yi. 2 more questions very quickly. So
yes, Pacho, me jina Pacho.
Pacho kasa na do so akakra do Mr. Mo kasa na do so auditorium we Mr. Mo.
Pacho, your friend Thomas Fofie, me ye adwuma o Ghana Enterprises Agency. Me pese me ma business community a ehia nyina ate ase say ya launch COVID-19 second response grant online application. You be ended 30th of this month. Into Mr. Mo visit Ghana Enterprise Agency website. And now we also have the link. We can also share. Send your baby mumu be to apply. Be an miadum. Be to qualify any grant. A free money. I will be up to $30,000. You can apply. Now with the jumum. Now my
who's a free money?
Yes. A grant. My question is me pacho muntie me kakra. Me question is emprepi no de ehun ni say small businesses any medium enterprise and micro businesses no omu business capacity enya de a ehun hia wo bebre me ka business capacity a me ka ne saying eno ma esom de gu akwam mo madwuma no etimi nyini no me ye more competitive na se be ya fund bi wo ha mo saka Nansia one Ghanaian our adwuma wa EU was so many investment from EU on person back Ghana and Africa. But the challenge you facing is business is a one on person be partner. They don't have the capacity, business capacity. You can't say business official is all prepare financial accounts. Business, you know, when other institutions say you do alcohol, and you'll be in a back at say yes, I know my way. So one year we are living in a competitive environment that they be able to say we are more. And also now M1 a intimate business committee she has said, "Son no marketing getting a idea as a way. 1 year we not funding, we know being fancy come a road to me. She can't be on sentiment." My second question too is say,
Mr. Mrenti Obejian Swatch, Mr.
Oh, can we relevant Mr. Speaker?
The all kind of very relevant. Yes, sir.
Hello. Yeah, my name is Kalim Abdallah Adam. I am the District Coordinating Director for the Ahafua North South East District Assembly. Government has launched a small-scale mining scheme in the district, and it is a rock mining scheme for which the locals have done 80 mechanic tree. Maybe I make a tree. Okay, now I'm tree. Me Dean the Kalim Abdallah Adam. Me coordinating director or I have for North South East this assembly. I do Jama a capital. I buy baby scheme ketwa for community aya mrante benye adwuma ye. Na eno nye nsuomu de ne bi eno ye abobo ewo abo mu okrahye abo na wa extract weyi gold na afrim na ohwe nyana local artisans no yankrofo ne ya ebinma atu amana be say 80 meters underground and mo bie a form hall to say a diamond ha be miens epai abo no eswa ede basoro nia me pa che ne say GIPC, how can you help us get some investors to come and open the top? Because there's a risk of pump oxygen egum the electricity egum nsuo to a ebi ay electrocuted ama ebi ewuda nti yen yesusu ye ne ebeba ho ebeba be bie asase na ani ama ehwo ada ho se be ya yɛbɛkɔ akɔto aboɔ na gold no wɔ mu no na mmerante anye adwuma ayɛ medase
yo the last person my name is Pacho yɛpɛ me baafo awua na mede kɔ ama banks no ɛne New York Industries mede kɔ ama banks no ɛne MC wa ka ho bi GIPC MC mobile besrai no kura no yenka yenuma ne egu banks the interest rates that so eduma be na wo ye say recently me ko giska o baby me pay 200,000 or 60,000 short term loan na mo ye we ase ugu aduma no me sabu no mo nkasa adus eka aduma no bi
na ba for me I dey say me say me here den
una o me ba ha ne una ma e ba ha ne
ma jet me here
why ya mo aduma mo fe ko banks ne so na mo na ye companies
but so you say every banks never free central bank never o dey ate omo dey wan yo mo ho ano
mo ma interest ne mra for
and I say free central bank never so
to be catch o dey peko
so you know what ye nim say mododo na mo ha mo nsem bisa bebre but mo nim say emre so korada ye another part but your friend no clinic be kind of enti no ye befa me nya oba ma ne bisa asem te befa ma me we die me fa ma me we die na ye wie nsem bisa ne say na mo yi ano na yakọ have lunch obi enya ne coupon na yakọ have lunch ye wie lunch ne ba ye beto aso enti madam ye tie o.
Thank you. My name is Joyce Sodro and I'm with the Ghana Chamber of Commerce. My company name is Leicester Prestige Enterprise. I want to recommend you for this program. Thank you very much for enlightening us. My first, I want to say something about us Ghanaians. We take money and we don't pay. And that is the cause of them don't want to give us the money. Even the stimulus package being given to us, I am paying mine, but I have some of them who has vowed that they are not paying. So assuming if you take money and you don't pay, what do you expect your brother or your sister will go the next time? They will not be able to give us. Besides that, my question goes to my sister, the GIPC people. You know, I went to Inter-African Trade Fair program in South Africa. When I went, the Ghanaians had put the Statue of Freedom and Justice with just tables around, showcasing product of members from Ghana. They didn't allow them to go. But the workers at GIPC, Tourist Board, blah, 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 they were standing there. I had a friend who sold that skente up north. Her products had been sent there by a worker, giving us the opportunities to go and showcase the products. When opportunity comes, they take the opportunities, free hotel, free tickets, and then they go and enjoy themselves. Instead of giving the opportunities to us, the manufacturers. There's another one coming in Abidjan 2023. Please allow us to go.
Thank you very
and
much.
Showcase our product.
For you, allow us to go.
To take the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Let's keep it simple and straightforward. Thank you very much. Well, so because we haven't had more ladies ask questions, I'm told that there's one more lady who has a question. We'll take only that question and then we'll wrap up. So, madam, please, over to you.
All right. My question goes to Madam Evelyn Nyako. My name is Gloria. I run a rehabilitation center for children with developmental delay and disabilities. We also provide consultation and advice on children's health in general. Now, we just started, and I have a lot of questions on tax for salaries, allowances, needs, so many things, expansion and all. Now, the longer route will have to be that I go to SNID, I go to GRA, I visit financial institutions and all that. But as an institution that wants to support young companies, do you have a unit or somebody in your office who can address all these concerns?
All right.
That is my question to you.
Thank you very much. Gloria, thank you very much, Gloria. All right, so Evelyn, You have about 4 more questions to respond to before the... Abraham, yours is only one, no?
Yes.
Also interest rates, so... Also make a account.
No, mine had to do with the man who defined what venture is.
Yes, Christoph, I believe.
Great. So, perfect definition. That is what venture capital is. Coming to you.
Oh, venture capital,
yes, say yebeba wabra wo shase. But you need to know your value. So somebody has started a business for 6 months. You want to invest, and the person says, just out the 1 million, but now I'm out 30% of my. And then no, we be saying, now what munosika saying now they actually business name. 30% for your business mean for 1 million. Meanwhile, what started be at 3 years, your total investment may not be up to 100,000. The negotiation on equity, you need expertise. If you as the producer, businessman, you don't have the expertise, get a partner, somebody who understands finance to help you unlock the potential of your business. What I will say finally is that when venture capital comes in, just as you said, it will come in when you don't have, in quote, anything. But we have something called founders syndrome or Bejimisi Kanako. So I asked them, if I give you 90% of Nigeria, percent of the Ghanaian market, which one would you want? People without thinking will say, oh, maybe 100%. But 100% of Ghana is 30 million. Assuming everybody is buying your product. 90% of Nigeria, 240 million. So you must know your worth and you must go to the table informed. Esther says something. You must read around. You must know who you are going to, what the person wants. You can't go and expect the person to understand you. You must know yourself.
And that is why you need to avail yourself and give more information to the people so they will be able to appreciate what you guys have. Evelyn, please, your questions.
Yes. So, farmers, is it hope or help? Thank you for your question and also the fact that you participated. So, we actually offer support for a lot of these businesses to go into manufacturing of things that we showed a lot of things to us. So we have done a lot of stakeholder engagements with many of these people in these industries. One of them is the garments people and also those in the cocoa value chain. We've done also with the pharmaceuticals and those in manufacturing. So we are still here. Because of time, I don't want us to talk so much on your issue. We can discuss at the business clinic so that you give us more information about yourself. We have our business development team here. They can profile your ideas, profile what you have, and then we will see how best we can help you investors into the sectors you are looking at. I think that is what I would say about yours. So we would engage further after here. And then there was a question about being a member of the GIPC. So in order to be a member of the GIPC, your company has to be a limited liability. So if you are a sole proprietor, we will need you to change into a limited liability. And then you have to register with the Registrar General's Department. And then we'll register you for a token. Benefits that you enjoy. For Ghanaian companies, the registration fee is 1,050 cedis. And after paying that, after paying that fee, when you have to renew, we don't charge you anything. Those who have foreign participation, they pay more than what you pay. This is just a token to help with the processing of your documents. It doesn't really do much for government. And then there are benefits that you could get depending on your sector. There are some sectors who would get exemptions on plant and machinery on the import duty, that is if they have to import. Those who don't need plant and machinery are into agric and farming, certain aspects of farming. There are some benefits you could get. We are there to help you access all those benefits as well. So let's engage. After here, we'll be having the business clinic, and we can engage you one-on-one. So I would encourage you, whilst you are here, let's have the maximum benefits by ensuring that we engage in the business clinic so that we can look at each person's issue and then deal with it as it has to be dealt with. Also, we have a regional office here in Kumasi. It is in the office of the Registrar of Companies on the 3rd floor. Our officer is here. You can always go there and ask for any assistance. One thing we do good very well is to collaborate with other agencies and ministries that are involved in business. And so, for instance, the person who is into training, children's health, though what you do doesn't really relate to GIP.
You up with other government agencies and ministries that relate to what you do so that they can help you, especially with your SNIT and PAYE. We can link you up with Ghana Revenue Authority, we can link you up with SNIT so that they will take you through those processes for you to be in compliance.
And then the one with the German funding, seriously, what you said doesn't really make business sense. And so for you, I think we can discuss after this meeting. I need to get more information because no money goes to GIPC. We don't receive money on behalf of companies. Ours is to offer advice and facilitate businesses. We don't receive monies on behalf of people. So if your bank is saying the money went to GIPC or free zones, it's not true. So we might have to go into it very well. Remember, of late, there are a lot of 419 activities going on, and we need to be careful the people we deal with and the kind of agencies we are handling. Let's ask a lot of questions when we are dealing with people, and people are promising us things that are too good to be true.
The woman says they travel, like the GIPC go on the trip and do it.
Good. So the issue about the travel is rather unfortunate that it's GIPC she's mentioning. Our duty, actually, is when we have business missions, we invite companies and we invite institutions. We don't take anybody's word on behalf of institutions. So if they had that problem, then probably it was a different agency that did that. I wish I could get somebody else to answer this question because GIPC doesn't take any goods or any products from any company to go and showcase on behalf of the company. We invite the company to come and showcase their own thing and also, discuss. So probably I would say that after this forum, after this session, we can engage. Somebody is raising their hand, but I think we are far behind time. So we can talk about this after. We can talk about it after. Because we don't take words and go and display. We take companies themselves with us to go in. So maybe we need to get more details and then get the agency that probably did that, and then they can explain better as well. And there was the small-scale mining that wanted investment. We also have, like I said before, we are profiling companies. So there are decks behind there with documentation. We need to ask more questions. We can profile that opportunity that you have, and then we will showcase to investors to come in. So we can interact at the back. Yes. I believe I have.
Yes, you have exhausted all the questions that came through. And I know, like I said, many of you have questions that you would like to put across, but time is sort of our friend. But the fortunate thing is that there's going to be a business clinic after lunch. So if you stay behind, you stay on after lunch, you can still engage with all of them. I think that is a applause, don't you think so? Let's put our hands together for them. Thank you. At this point in time, I'd like to invite to the microphone to give to us the closing remarks, Eugenia Autry. Now, Eugenia is Head Research Division, GIPC. Eugenia, are you here? Eugenia Autry, if you're here, please. I'm told that she's far behind there somewhere. Eugenia, we're waiting for you. But once Eugenia walks towards us, Nana, on behalf of the organizers, that is the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, on behalf of all the participants here, we say thank you. for your patience, for your time, and all that you've done for us today. We are most grateful to you. God bless you. Even when we were going for our snack break, you were MMA. Eugenia is here, and she'll be giving us the closing remarks. Dana, let's have a few words from you, actually, and then we'll do the closing remarks, please.
Thank you. Medamunya ase. Nanye kakra ma isuma ba ma bisua. Efa ejumedia Gipc eye. Na nkyerɛkyerɛ a wɔde to edwa. Eye ma hwahoa. Eye nigye. Se mehu sɛ aban nnwuma eye ne esese omoye. Ye dia sopa etia na ye krakra ye nnwuma nso eyia emwa wo ho a ebefiri mu aba adwumayefo senior mu sika ye no ye se mo hwehwe mu books mu yi ansa na mo de aba ye ma ye ni enko eno enemwa ebefiri mu aba be da obia. Nana yeso da CP Nyamin show.
Normally Nana Kasa that ends it, but from GIPC on behalf of our chief executive and management, we thank you all for participating, and the questions and comments that have come in, we are going to take them on board together with our collaborating institutions to make sure that the dream and the goal that we have to ensure that Ashanti region's participation in the economic transformation of Ghana is achieved and come to fruition. So thank you all for coming, and we wish you all a safe trip back home. Enjoy yourselves at lunch. Thank you.
All right, and like we have said already, we're not done entirely yet. We want to have our lunch now, after which we'll have the business clinic. So let's all, at this point in time, stand on our feet as we welcome Charles to give to us the closing prayer. Charles, please.
Please, shall we bow our heads and pray? Father, we are grateful to you for the opportunity. We thank you for taking us through the event successfully. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Charles. Opoku Mensa. And like I said, so we're not done entirely yet. There's still lunch for you, after which the business clinic will be on. Thank you very much for your time, and God bless.